All right, what is going on? It is Nate, and we're back with another video. Today I'm going to talk about, well, I don't really have a word for the topic, but it's, you know, I don't want you guys to make the same mistake that I've made, right? So just to give you guys a little background information, I am a hardworking person, right? I always like to be doing something, and I'm not saying that like to toot my own horn. I'm just saying, like, I always feel like I need to be doing something. I always feel like I need to be productive. I'm not good at just relaxing, right? And I'm going to tell you why that's not necessarily a good thing at all, and how it's kind of affected my journey. So, right, so like I was saying, I always feel like I should be doing something, right? I always feel like I should be doing more. I feel like I should be doing better. And you know what that does is it puts you in this state of lack. It puts you in this state of not being there yet, of not being happy, right? Because you don't feel like you can chill. But the truth is, like, say you had hit your goal. Say you were making your 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 a month. You would allow yourself to take a break, right? You would allow yourself to go out and have fun with your friends, or you would allow yourself to, you know, take that vacation, whatever it may be. And the truth is you have to feel like the version of you that has already accomplished what it is you want to accomplish. So you have to ask yourself, sorry, I mapped this new target and I don't even know if it's taking me to the right one. I just picked the top one. This is not the way I normally go. Anyways, so, you know, you have to ask yourself, if I had already hit my goal, if I was already making what I want to make, living where I want to live, doing what I want to do, what would I be doing? Who would I be? How would I be spending my time, right? If you were making 100,000 a month, would you be stressed about money? Would you be feeling like you always have to work all the time, or would you allow yourself to enjoy the present moment, right? And so the truth is the secret, like I was talking about in my last video, is you have to live in the present moment as the version of yourself you want to be. You have to be now who you want to become, because then it will cause who you want to become to move into form. You will naturally start to take the actions to get to where you want to go. So my problem is I always feel like I need to be doing something, right? And so a lot of times I'll be like, oh, I can't do this because I need to work, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. And the truth is you don't really need to be doing all that stuff. Like, if you're doing it from a state of lack, or from a state of limitation, or from a state of trying to get something, then it's actually going to take you further from it. So you have to kind of embody this new version of okay, yeah, like, I know exactly where I'm headed. I know everything's going to unfold perfectly, and now I'm just going to go with the flow, right? And so I used to hate on the saying, oh, just go with the flow, because I don't think most people go with the flow the right way. Most people go with the flow by just allowing, you know, whatever happens. You know, if I get stuck being homeless, then it is what it is, right? That's kind of the go with the flow people talk about. The go with the flow I'm talking about is picking the life that you want, deciding on exactly what you want, and then holding your focus on that, but letting go of it, going with the flow while holding your vision, right? Because if you don't have the vision, if you don't have the end point and goal, if you don't have the end goal in sight, then you're never going to get there, right? It's impossible. If you don't know where you're headed, how are you going to get somewhere? You're probably not going to end up where you want to go, right? You're going to end up in the same spot you've been. So you have to live in the present moment as the person you want to be, and go with the flow. If you want to go with your friends, if you want to go on that vacation, whatever it is, if you're not going to work for the weekend, you know, if you're not going to check anything, or, you know, whatever it is, you have to just detach from it and understand, look, everything is going to work out perfectly. Everything is working out perfectly, and these situations, these opportunities that are coming to you, even though they may not seem like they align with your goals, if you're holding the vision on your mind of what it is you want, then every single thing that happens in your life is moving you in that direction. Whether you can see it or not right now, it doesn't matter. So you have to detach from trying to control every second and just say, look, this is where I'm headed, this is where I'm going. Now, God, I'm going to trust that you are going to put me in the right place at the right time, and I'm going to go with the flow of life, so that I'm not restricting things, right? Because the worst thing you can do in life is create friction, right? The water just flows, right? If you give it obstacles, if it has rocks, it just flows right around it, right? It doesn't matter what happens, it just goes the easiest way possible and flows right through it. That's what you have to be, but you have to make sure that the water is rushing toward where you want to go. And so I don't want you to take this the wrong way and think, oh, okay, well, I don't ever have to do anything again. I don't ever have to work anymore. I'm just going to sit here and get money. No, that's not how it works. You still got to do work, but it doesn't have to be your whole life. You have to live on that high frequency, on that high vibration, right? Everyone says, oh, he's a good, like, you know, it's good vibes or bad vibes, right? You have to be on a high vibe, on a high frequency, on a high vibration, or you're not going to attract high level things. You're not going to attract a lot of money if you're operating on such a low vibration, such a low frequency. So you have to live on that high frequency. And if you ask yourself, okay, is this, you know, this situation, this circumstance, this opportunity going to raise my frequency, raise my vibration, then do it. As silly as it sounds, like, if you're going to be able to go and, you know, and just have a good time and be happy and smile and, you know, maybe think about your goal every once in a while. Like, you know, I like what I was doing, right? My friends came up this weekend, or came down here, and we're having a good time, right? They live back where I used to live, obviously, so like 4 hours away. And so they all came, and this whole weekend, like, I really did nothing to do with my goal. And like, I don't know how to explain the fact that it felt so good, because I was just living. And it reminded me of what's so important, and that's the present moment. If you are not living in the present moment, you're never gonna be happy. If you can't be happy with where you are, then you're never gonna be happy, right? You have to understand that, sorry, I can't tell if these people are gonna stop. You have to understand that the present moment's all you have, right? I talked about this in my last video, or the video that's going up tonight or something, I don't know. But you have to understand that the present moment is all you have. So you have to live right now in the present moment and be grateful, be happy, be present. I moved to my dream city. I'm living my dream life. I'm going to my dream gym. I'm living my dream. And for months, I was just not present. I was not living in the moment. And I was just, you know, oh, well, once this happens, I'll be happy. Once I get this, I'll be happy. I need this, and then I'll be happy. Once this happens, then everything will change. No. Because as you say that, you're just pushing it further and further. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I'm living in the present moment. I'm going to show gratitude for every single thing I have. I'm going to show gratitude for waking up in the morning and for having breath in my lungs. And that's when everything changed. That's when my mood changed. You know, I'm not stressed about what's going on, because it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Everything is just for the better, the unfoldment of who you want to become, right? Everything is happening to you so that you can become a higher version of yourself. So just let go. It doesn't matter if you lose money. It doesn't matter if you lose friends. It doesn't matter if you lose, you know, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you have to sell the car. I mean, it literally, nothing matters. Nothing matters unless you make it matter. And you have that power. You can say, it doesn't matter. And guess what? You're not going to stress about it. Or you can say, oh my gosh, the world is ending. This sucks so bad. And guess what? Now you're allowing that circumstance or that situation to grow. You're going to bring more of that into your life. But the second you say, it doesn't matter. You know what I learned from it? It doesn't matter. And you just let it go. That's when things change. That's when you get into this flow state and you allow life to just happen. And then you'll look back and be like, oh my gosh, my life changed. Right? So don't work too much. And I don't want this to reach the wrong person. Like, I pray that whoever's watching this is someone who is an overworker, not an underworker, because I'm not saying that you don't have to do anything ever, but it truly is not hard work that gets you where you want to go. It's not hard work at all. It's the opposite. Because when you're working so hard, you're creating this friction, you're creating this, you know, it's like you're suffocating life. And it's going to die if you do that. Your goals are going to die if you suffocate them. You have to let them breathe, right? You still need to be around them. You still need to be there, right? You're still living right now. You're still living in your body, but you're not choking yourself up, right? You're just living. You're breathing. You're okay. That's what you have to do with your goals. You have to be aware of them. You have to know they're there, but you have to just let them be. Let them live. Let them grow. Let the path find you. And I promise you, everything will change for the better. So I'm blowing up the target right now. I hope this video helped. I hope you guys enjoyed. Wow, I'm gonna literally be parking like 10 miles away. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy these videos, these truck talk videos. I really enjoy them just because I get to talk, and I think people enjoy them as well. So make sure you like and subscribe. Comment if you have any topics you want me to talk about or anything, or any type of videos you want me to make, any other style of video or whatever. But if not, thank you guys for watching. Make sure like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.